Karen broke yoga room A. C was fined $160,000 and ordered to personally fund repairs. The yoga studio on Elm Street was a sanctuary, a place where sweat and serenity intertwined under the hum of a perfectly tuned air conditioner. For years, it had been the heart of the community, where stressed accountants, single parents, and curious teens found peace in Lila's classes. Lila, the 26-year-old instructor, had built this haven with her own hands, pouring every dime from her late mother's inheritance into its creation. Her gentle voice and unwavering patience made the studio a refuge, especially for those who felt the world judged them too harshly. But that peace shattered the day Karen walked in. Karen, 48, was a regular, though not a beloved one. Her sharp tongue and perpetual scowl preceded her. She'd complain about the music being too loud, the floor too slippery, or the air too cold. Lila, ever the diplomat, absorbed Karen's barbs with a smile, believing everyone deserved a chance to find their calm. But Karen's complaints escalated, each one a jab at the studio's soul. "This place is a scam," she'd mutter, loud enough for others to hear, her voice cutting through the meditative hum. Students began to avoid her, their eyes darting away as she unrolled her mat. One sweltering July afternoon, with the temperature outside hitting 98 degrees Fahrenheit, Karen arrived late, her face already flushed with irritation. The air conditioner, a lifeline in the glass-walled studio, was struggling to keep up. Lila had noticed it faltering but couldn't afford repairs yet. As the class flowed through Downward Dog, Karen's voice pierced the silence. "This AC is useless. I'm sweating like a pig." Lila, mid-instruction, paused, her heart sinking. "I'm sorry, Karen, we're working on it," she said softly, hoping to de-escalate. But Karen wasn't having it. She stormed to the wall-mounted AC unit, her yoga mat abandoned. "If you won't fix it, I will," she snapped. Before anyone could react, she grabbed a metal water bottle from her bag and slammed it into the unit. The room gasped as the machine sputtered, a sickening crunch echoing. Water gushed from the broken pipes, flooding the floor. Students scrambled to save their belongings, their calm shattered. Lila stood frozen, watching her dream drown. The aftermath was chaos. The studio closed for weeks, classes canceled, and Lila's savings dwindled as she paid for temporary fixes. Karen, unapologetic, claimed she was helping by exposing the faulty equipment. But the community turned on her. Social media buzzed with outrage, posts tagging Karen as the destroyer of their sanctuary. A petition circulated, demanding she cover the damages. Lila, torn between anger and her belief in second chances, hesitated to join the fray. She wanted justice, not vengeance. Enter Marcus, a quiet, unassuming janitor who'd worked at the studio since its opening. He was invisible to most, sweeping floors after classes, his graying hair and soft smile blending into the background. But Marcus had a secret. He was a former lawyer, disbarred after a scandal he never discussed. When he heard about Karen's act, he approached Lila, his voice steady but urgent. "You don't have to let this go," he said, offering to help her navigate the legal maze. Lila, skeptical but desperate, agreed. Marcus uncovered a clause in the studio's insurance policy that pinned liability on intentional damage. He rallied the students, collecting witness statements and video footage from a security camera Lila didn't even know worked. The case went to court, and Karen, expecting a slap on the wrist, was blindsided. The judge, unmoved by her excuses, fined her $160,000 for damages and ordered her to personally fund the repairs, citing her reckless disregard for communal property. The courtroom fell silent as Karen's defiance crumbled, her face pale with shock. But the victory was hollow. The studio reopened, but the community was fractured. Some students stopped coming, unable to forgive Karen or trust the space's sanctity. Lila, drained by the ordeal, questioned her own ideals. Had she been too soft, too forgiving? Marcus, too, vanished after the trial, leaving only a note. Justice isn't always healing. Rumors swirled that he'd returned to his hometown, haunted by his own past. Karen, meanwhile, became a pariah, The fine bankrupted her, forcing her to sell her house. She moved away, but not before leaving a letter for Lila, slipped under the studio door. "I didn't mean to ruin everything," it read, her handwriting shaky. "I just wanted to be heard." Lila read it alone, tears falling onto the page. She saw Karen not as a villain but as a woman trapped by her own anger, lashing out at a world she felt had ignored her. The studio survived, but its spirit was bruised. Lila kept teaching, her voice softer now, her smiles tinged with sorrow. The new air conditioner hummed perfectly, but it couldn't cool the lingering tension. Students whispered about Karen, some with pity, others with scorn. Lila hung a small sign in the studio. "Breathe. Everyone's fighting something." It was her quiet plea for empathy, even for those who broke what others built. The twist of Marcus's hidden past and his sudden departure left Lila grappling with the cost of justice. Had she won, or had she lost something deeper? The community, once united, now carried the weight of judgment, their yoga mats a silent battlefield. What do you think? Was justice served? Or did the pursuit of it deepen the community's wounds?